welcome to Nltv. You are watching English Prime Time. I'm Chipin Kung. Let's look at the top stories for now. Chief Minister Nltv holds a meeting with Nagaland Legislative Assembly's select committee. Agendas include Nagaland-Assam border issue and on securitization and reconstruction of financial assets and enforcement of Security Interest Act 2002. Confederation of Nagaland Chamber of Commerce and Industry calls for statewide business closure on 16 September 2021. In its press release, states that shutdown has been called against multiple taxation by NPGs and government agencies. Naga Council Timabur opposes the move, shifting Deputy Commissioner's office to Chumukirima. States that an administrative headquarters is a must in Timabur town. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will travel to the United States to be a part of the first in-person summit of the leaders of the Quad countries on September 24. China locked down a city of 4.5 million people in the southeastern province of Fujian after detecting a dozen coronavirus cases, an attempt to once again halt a Delta outbreak and maintain its strict zero-tolerance approach to COVID-19. And now the news in details. Nagaland Chief Minister Nltv held a meeting at the committee room of the Nagaland Legislative Assembly Secretariat on Tuesday. Furthermore, during the meeting, the Nagaland Legislative Assembly's Select Committee discussed on the Assam-Nagaland border issue and on securitization and reconstruction of financial assets and enforcement of Security Interest Act 2002.
Meeting, so we got briefings on the border issue and we decided to increase some members like geology and mining, because in the border disputed area a lot of oil operation is going on and we need to understand more on that. Our Honorable MP, Mr. Tokyo, asked Parliament questions and we got some good information and we are discussing on that also.
So can I get any preparation about the Sufficiency Act 2002?
We are going to sit now and only after our meeting is over, then you will get some information. Thank you.
Deputy Chief Minister, our home in charge. So we ekta program jano. America border issue law pori discuss kuri. Amen signing issue pori kuri jare bandari mera pani ward Nagaland police kan arms and ammunition tik tak nakala gane dukhangi ne NSN wala hai bodu kuri. So aji bhi amen issue pori arms and ammunition ko major upgrade na. To amela meeting ni to arms and ammunition na bhi ko itla pori ko thika bines na.
We did not discuss about this arms and ammunition. But the central government going to release some amount to prepare new arms and ammunition.
Yes, sir. Okay. And can you please give a little highlight about what we have discussed in the meeting?
Today we discussed about this fight in the Supreme Court about Nagaland Assam border. And we told them before, so since between Security Mining Minister is not in the meeting, in the next meeting we will have a thorough discussion.
I can say about surface is that supposing you mortgage your property to the bank, then you becomes a defaulter. Then bank happen to confiscate their property. So that property then can sell out to any other party without being interfered by the court. So even if they do so, court cannot intervene. So that is what surface aid. The main concept is that when bank happen to confiscate property, then the defaulter cannot go to the court. This is the service it. Yeah, in short.
In the wake of Nagaland's poor performance in the Niti Aayog SDG index and being ranked as worst performing state among its northeastern counterparts, Nagaland government has come under attacks from various sections of the society. Nltv took to the streets and asked the public their opinions regarding the failure of the state government. Our reporter Chanbini has a report. Let us hear what the public have to say.
Hello everyone, welcome to Nltv Sab Manula Awas. Aji mai khan Dimapur town di ahigina ase regarding Niti Aayog's report on Nagaland as the worst performing state under SDGs index. So IB Amihan Aji public khan la awas huniwo.
First thing is misuse of money. This is the biggest corruption that is happening right now. How, when, why, where, I don't know, but that is the basic thing. Secondly, I should say misuse of power. Like many people misuse the ability that is given to him or her, then they misuse it. This is because of which there are lots of corruption, misuse of power. And thirdly, if I had to put it, thirdly, it should be the ism, the nepotism that is happening. Like favoritism of tribes, the culture, the community, tribes community, the area, even to that extent. Yeah, I think because of all these things it is happening, and I want to suggest like few things. First of all, we have to raise our voice as a public, and even it comes to election, it is coming very soon, general election. So this in this election, we should truly utilize the power of clean election. We have to put it into practice. Secondly, we should prayerfully go, and when we select someone, we should not keep in mind that this is for my benefit, but this is for the benefit of all the people of Nagaland.
Misuse of government fund, that's all.
The development division poor as a central government allotment division there over Olive Nagan government dole Niger Fida Garni Bishi he the day Chalita or government allotment there development group there the only tick the Navohagina Niger Laga come de Bishi involved Kugina develop group and apparatus division to public and the Bishi suffer today took by the Olive Governor Pare couldn't get Governor Pare Olive public and do.
With the establishment of a new Deputy Commissioner office in Chumukirima, residents of Dimapur Down have shared their agreement as well as disagreement on whether the office should be moved to Chumu Town. The office has been reconstructed and standing idly for a couple of years because many people have halted the office move. Not many stand against it, but the number of opposition is plenty. Naga Council Dimapur General Secretary Tsapongkyu has expressed his opinions with Nltv on the matter, stating that an administrative headquarters is a must in Dimapur Town. Come, let us have a closer understanding of the statement.
Thank you, Nltv. Regarding this shifting of Dimapur DC office to Chumukidima, earlier Naga Council has submitted one representative to the state government. Urban area, we need one DC in Dimapur. And also, second point, we have demanded to upgrade the police commissioner in Dimapur. So, state government has upgraded the commissioner of police. That we really appreciate the state government. And Dimapur being this urban area, at least one DC office is required, and we don't object to upgrade the other DC or ADC office in Chumukidima. But since Dimapur is a city, and DC office should not be shift to the Chumukidima, and if state government upgrade the other DC office at Chumukidima, we don't have any objection. Citizens of Dimapur don't win objection. But Here, since it's a revenue town, we need it required one administrative headquarters in our.
The Peck District Maitas Gayatri Damaged Victim Association has announced to impose an indefinite road blockade from September 16. The road blockade will be imposed on two-lane roads of Chakapama, Zunabodo under Peck District and Futuro Peck. The decision to call for roadblock has been undertaken after Center and 7 other respondents failed to file a counter affidavit to PGMG DVS Public Interest Litigation PIL submitted at the Kohima bench of the Guwahati High Court. The PGMG DVA has also submitted a memorandum to the Secretary stating to commence an indefinite roadblock if Centre fails to file its affidavit by September 15. The release further stated that roadblock will be enforced in a phase-wise manner. Meanwhile, the first phase will be for 48 hours, commencing from 6 a.m. of September 16 till 6 a.m. of September 18. Furthermore, they informed that movement of military, police, administration, medical duties, students, board exam, funeral and wedding would be exempted. In an order issued by Home Department, Nagaland State Disaster Management Authority over usage of mask, Parent Deputy Commissioner Cindy Wapang Ayer NCS informed public that if anyone is found or caught without wearing mask in public places, they will be fined a penalty of ₹200. The ASI and above level officer of Police and the Assistant Road Safety and Enforcement Inspector and above level of Transport Department have been enforced to look into this matter. It has also been reported that on a daily basis, actions taken on those who violate the law and order will be reported to Parent District Task Force. An official release on September 13 stated that the Indian Council of Medical Research (ICMR) has granted conditional exemption from Drone Rules 2021 for vaccine delivery in 3 states: Nagaland, Manipur and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Ministry of Civil Aviation (MOC) stated that the permission has been granted to ICMR for conducting beyond visual line of sight BVLOS in these 3 locations with up to a height of 3,000 meters using drones. According to MOCA website, permission was granted on September 10. Governor of Nagaland, R.N. Ravi, has instituted an award to encourage the students of Nagaland to excel in the study of basic science. The award will be known as Governor's Award in Science Study of HSSLC Examination. The award will be given to the best 6 students in science stream along with the following subject combination: 3 students awards in physics, chemistry and mathematics, PMC, and 3 student awards in physics, chemistry and biology, with a cash prize of ₹1 lakh, 50,000 and 25,000 for 6 students securing 80% or more in HSSLC exam conducted by the NBSC. A meeting was held at a conference room of the Office of Deputy Commissioner Mon, chaired by DC Mon Thawasilam K, where Mon District Planning and Development Board approved various proposals to be forwarded to concerned departments during its monthly meeting. The board approved the selection of a semi-intensive Mithun rearing at Nyanyu village and also approved for subdivision veterinary office at Dizit. Furthermore, additional superintendent of police Mon T. Adu Yanlem and assistant sericulture officer Gini Zitio Crow were introduced as new members to the District Planning and Development Board. It is also to be mentioned that the board also discussed on reviving the Officers Club Mon office bearers. The center has sent a team to Mizoram to study and assess the COVID-19 situation of the state as the COVID-19 cases continue to increase exponentially since April despite massive containment measures. Official spokesperson on COVID-19 Dr. Patsuao Lalmal Soma said 2 members from the National Center for Disease Control in Delhi and the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare Regional Office at Imphal arrived in Aizawl last week. The central team of 2 experts is currently camping in West Mizoram Mamit town to study and assess the rising cases of COVID-19 in the state. Mizoram continues to register a spike in COVID-19 cases since April this year on several occasions. The state used to report more than 1,000 cases in a day. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare announced that a total of 6 states and union territories in the country, Dada and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, HOA, Himachal Pradesh, Ladakh, Lakshadweep and Sikkim, have achieved 100% in vaccinating their eligible population with the first dose of the vaccine. The MOHFT said 6.26 lakh doses have been administered in Dadar and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu and 53,499 in Lakshadweep. About 55.74 lakh COVID-19 vaccine doses were administered in Himachal Pradesh, 1.79 lakh in Ladakh, while 5.10 lakh in Sikkim. A 2-day conference of tourism and culture ministers of Northeast states began on Monday in Guwahati. The conference is being attended by tourism and culture ministers of all the 8 northeastern states. Furthermore, the event is being organized by the Union Ministry of Tourism. While addressing the conference, Union Minister and Culture Minister G. Kishan Reddy said that his ministry is giving special emphasis on developing infrastructure, ground capacity and skills in Northeast region. Mr. Reddy hoped that people of the northeastern states would directly benefit from the tourism sector through its various initiatives. Union Minister for Culture and Parliamentary Affairs Arjun Ram Meghwal and Union Minister for Defence Ajay Pat also attended the conference in Guwahati on Monday. According to reports, a memorandum of understanding has also been signed between the Ministry of Tourism and IRCTC for cooperation in promoting domestic tourism and development of new tourism products.
2 दिन का इस वर्कशॉप में टूरिज़म मिनिस्टर्स, कल्चरल मिनिस्टर्स और भारत सरकार के तरफ से टूरिज़म कल्चरल मिनिस्ट्री का पूरे इम्पोर्टेंट ऑफिसर्स, उनके साथ साथ सिविल एविएशन, रेलवेज़ और टेलीकम्युनिकेशंस, ऐसे अलग अलग सेक्टर का मिनिस्टर्स आए। मेरा डोनर मिनिस्टर का भी पूरा स्टाफ है। हम 2 दिन बैठकर चर्चा करके आने वाले दिन में जो नॉर्थ ईस्ट एरिया में जो अच्छे पोटेंशियल है टूरिज़म बढ़ाने के लिए, ये स्विट्ज़रलैंड से जाते हैं लोग देखने के लिए, मगर उससे ज़्यादा ब्यूटी अच्छे इधर होता है। ग्रीन टूरिज़म, इको टूरिज़म, एग्रीकल्चर टूरिज़म, टी गार्डन टूरिज़म, ये सब गल्फ टूरिज़म इधर एंकरेजमेंट करने के लिए विलेज टूरिज़म प्लान कर रहे हैं। इस दृष्टिकोण में 2 दिन का वर्कशॉप चल रहा है। इस 2 दिन में अलग अलग चर्चा होने के बाद उनका ऑफिसर्स भी है, पूरे 7 प्रांतों का ऑफिसर्स भी है। उस एरिया में उनका चर्चा होने के बाद भारत सरकार के द्वारा आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री से बातचीत करने के बाद जो भी टूरिज्म
At least 6 coaches of goods train running on Angul Dalcher Road route of East Coast Railways derailed in the early hours and fell into a river. 6 coaches carrying wheat plunged into the river around 2:30 a.m., but the local pilot and the staff were reported to be safe as the engine remained on the track. Heavy rain in the wake of deep depression in the Bay of Bengal is likely to be the cause of the accident. Following the accident, the ECOR has cancelled 12 trains, diverted routes of 8 others, and short-terminated another. The Chief Minister's Office, Uttar Pradesh, informed that a total of 32 districts have reported 0 active cases. Meanwhile, in the last 24 hours, only 16 districts have reported 33 new COVID-19 cases in the state. The CMO UP also informed that the state has administered more than 8.86 crore vaccines, making it the highest number of vaccines administered compared to the other states in the country. CMO UP further stated that cases of positivity rate has gone less than 0.01%, while the recovery rate has touched 98.7%. Gujarat government on Tuesday extended the night curfew till September 25 due to the COVID-19 situation in the state. According to an official notification, the night curfew will remain imposed in 8 cities of the state for another 10 days. The ongoing curfew was scheduled to end by September 15. The night curfew will come into effect from 11 p.m. every night and remain in place till 6 a.m. the next morning. The 8 cities where the new guidelines will be implemented are Ahmedabad, Vadodara, Surat, Rajkot, Jamnagar, Bhavnagar, Junagadh and Gandhinagar. The extension of the night curfew has come a day after Gujarat saw a change in the leadership. After rumors of a NEET paper leak were scrapped before the exam on Sunday, the case was confirmed and a total of 8 people were arrested in Jaipur for the same. The paper started at 2 p.m. and it was leaked at 2:30 p.m. through WhatsApp. The paper leaked from Rajasthan Institute of Engineering and Technology (RIET) NEET exam center in Jaipur. Candidate Taneshwari Yadav was sent to jail while the others were taken on remand. Invigilator Ram Singh Mukesh, Dineshwari's uncle, and 4 others were also nabbed. Coaching director Navratna Swami was found to have masterminded the whole paper leak issue. The NEET paper leak case was carried out in exchange for rupees 35 lakh. Several children in West Bengal have been suffering from fever and respiratory problems and have been admitted to Siliguri District Hospital. Pediatrician of Siliguri District Hospital, Dr. Supir Pomik, said that 70 children have been admitted in pediatric wards, most of which are below 5 months old. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will travel to the United States to be a part of the first in-person summit of the leaders of the Quad countries on September 24. The summit will be hosted by President Joe Biden. During the summit, Prime Minister Modi will be joined by Prime Minister Scott Morrison of Australia, Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga of Japan and President Joe Biden of the United States for the summit in Washington. Furthermore, it is to be mentioned that critical and emerging technologies, connectivity and infrastructure, cybersecurity, maritime security, humanitarian assistance, climate change and education will be discussed at the meeting. Uttar Pradesh has become a shining example of the double-engine government's double benefits. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said today as he praised Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath months ahead of the state polls. The Prime Minister at an event launch of Raja Mahendra Pratap Singh State University in Aligarh said that it gives him tremendous satisfaction that Uttar Pradesh, once seen as a hindrance to the country's development, is today leading the biggest development campaigns of the country. He further added, saying that Yogiji's government is invested in the state's development. The praise comes months after senior leaders in UP conveyed their dissatisfaction with Yogi Adityanath to join to BJP's decision makers. The State Bank of India has issued an important notice to its customers asking them to link their PAN card with Aadhaar before September 30th, 2021. Furthermore, if the customers fail to do this within the stipulated time frame, they will have difficulty in getting banking services. The government of India has made it mandatory to link the PAN card with Aadhaar. Furthermore, as the deadline is nearing, SBI has appealed to its customers to link PAN with Aadhaar as soon as possible. Reserve Bank of India (RBI) on Tuesday issued a warning informing the general public against recent upticks in fraudulent activities. RBI put out a tweet on September 13 cautioning people against bank fraud related to Know Your Customer (KYC) documents. The Apex Bank warned people on its tweet and its press release against sharing their personal account-related information with scammers. Apparently, the RBI has been receiving many complaints and reports about customers falling prey to fraud being perpetrated in the name of KYC updation. The top bank said that members of the general public should not share certain personal details such as login information, card details, PIN number, or even one-time passport. The RBI said the usual modus operandi in such cases include receipt of unsolicited communications such as calls, SMSs, emails by customer urging him or her to share certain personal details, account login details, card information, PIN, OTP, or install some unauthorized, unverified application for KYC updation using a link provided in the communication. Such communications are also reported to carry threats of account freeze, block, closure. Once customer shares information over call messages or unauthorized application, fraudsters get access to customers' account and defraud them. Even as Narendra Modi attempts to sell Air India's total stake, the airlines company has been operating under budgetary support and government doles. Operation Department informed that the company decided to upgrade 126 pilots. The 126 new openings would be filled with 78 captains who would be promoted to LTC, 40 TRI, and 10 examiners. Senior pilots expressed that the exercise would be very challenging for simulator slots, and there would be a lot of challenges in payment of monthly flying allowances to the trainers, while training is imparted to the new aspirants. The airlines is facing crisis in payment of salaries and service vendor dues and hasn't been able to cover losses of provident fund at the present times. The company has even requested for an extra budgetary support. Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid the foundation stone of a university in Uttar Pradesh, Aligarh, named after Raja Mahendra Pratap Singh on Tuesday. The university is being established by the state government in the memory and honor of the freedom fighter, educationist and social reformer Raja Mahendra Pratap Singh. The university is being set up in a total area of over 92 acres at village Lota and village Muzipur Karim Jaroli of Aligarh's Gol Desil. It will provide affiliation to 395 colleges of the Aligarh division.
अलीगढ़ के लिए, पश्चिमी उत्तर प्रदेश के लिए बहुत बड़ा दिन है। आज राधा अष्टमी भी है। ये अवसर आज के इस दिन को और भी पुनीत बनाता है। ब्रज भूमि के तो कण कण में, रज रज में राधा ही राधा है। राजा महेंद्र प्रताप सिंह, राजा महेंद्र प्रताप सिंह, राजा महेंद्र प्रताप सिंह, राजा महेंद्र।
Union Minister of State for External Affairs Meenakshi Lekhi on her 6-day trip to Portugal and Spain met Portugal's Secretary of State for International Affairs and Cooperation Francisco Andre on Monday to sign an agreement on facilitating recruitment of Indian citizens for labor mobility in Portugal. Lekhi and Andre discussed the key areas of mutual interest like science and technology, IT migration and mobility and trade. Lekhi is also said to inaugurate the Beatles and India exhibition at Casa de la India, Valladolid, and deliver a talk on India's development cooperation at the Spain-India Council Foundation. The United States government officials have announced the completion of evacuating 124,000 people from Afghanistan to safety, making it the biggest airlifts in the history. United States State Department spokesperson Ned Price took it to Twitter and informed that their diplomats, military and intelligence professionals evacuated Afghanistan under the most difficult conditions. The U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken defended the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan, stressing that staying would have re-upped the war for another 5 to 20 years. China locked down a city of 4.5 million people in the southeastern province of Fujian after detecting a dozen coronavirus cases in an attempt to once again halt a Delta outbreak and maintain its strict zero-tolerance approach to COVID-19. According to city officials, all residential compounds and villages were closed off. Starting Tuesday, all kindergartens, primary and middle schools in Xiamen will be closed and students have been asked to attend classes online. The city's long-distance bus station suspended all routes to other provinces in order to cut risk of transmission. According to sources, some parts of Xiamen have initiated mass testing and local authorities' plans to roll out citywide testing. Cementing their global appeal and artistry through a collaborative project, pop superstars BTS and Coldplay are set to release My Universe on September 24. The news comes just 2 days after Coldplay opened their pre-orders for their upcoming album, Music of the Spheres, which is scheduled to hit the market on October 15th. BTS will feature on the 10th track My Universe, sung in both Korean and English. The track reportedly aims to blend sounds, expressions and cultures to show just how global music is. The British pop band further vowed to plant and sustain one tree for every CD cassette and vinyl purchased from their store. And that's all for now. This is me, Chiben Kung, signing off. Thank you for watching Nagaland TV.